Hey everyone, my name is Dr. Julio Guerrero, and I'd like to welcome you to Kines 3365. This is Motor Development Online. This is a course introductory video. I'm going to cover like the syllabus and the course schedule, just like I would first day of class in a face-to-face class. And I'll give you an idea of what to expect in terms of assignments and projects for this course. Okay, so since you've gotten to this point, you obviously know how to access Blackboard. So I just wanted to show you a little bit about the Blackboard course shell. So first of all, the first thing you see is our course schedule. So you can see that all the due dates are there. I've kind of sectioned off the course into modules. But really, all the due dates are just listed for all the way throughout the semester. And you can see that the first module will cover chapters 1, 2, and 3. You'll have a syllabus assignment due and a student video introduction due this week, and then you'll have an exam, your first exam, on September the 9th. So that's what's that's included in Module 1. There's no set timeline or date range per module. It's just the different sections that we're covering throughout the semester. That's kind of how I sectioned off all the modules. So you can see that anything that's in bold is an assignment that's due, and you can see that the due date is provided for you. I will provide you with some detailed instructions on all the assignments, so don't freak out if you don't know what's going on. But throughout this video, I'll talk about each of the assignments, and I'll give you an overview of what you should expect. Okay. So the first thing I want to do is cover the syllabus. This is the bottom of the syllabus. Let me go all the way to the top. Okay. So again, this is motor development. This is online. You can see my contact information here. My office is located in Mets 409B. Most of you know where that is. If you haven't been to my office, 4th floor in the main the Mets building, kind of tucked away in the corner of the suite. Here are my office hours. So if you're on campus and you need to see me, you can just stop by during my office hours, Mondays and Wednesdays, 1:45 to 3:15, Tuesdays and Thursdays from 9:30 to 11. If those times don't work, you're more than welcome to schedule an appointment with me. The best way to get a hold of me is through email. You can see my email address is listed here. And here's my phone number. If I'm in my office, I'll obviously answer the phone. But if I'm not there and you leave a voicemail, that voicemail will be sent to my email. So either way, I'll get it through email. If you can't meet with me in person, for some reason, if you're not on campus or you're taking this class from a distance, we can schedule some virtual meetings online so we can talk face-to-face over the computer. Okay? So this is an online course. At no point during the semester will we be required to meet face-to-face or with your classmates. If you choose to meet with your classmates to coordinate a project or whatever, you're more than welcome to do so. But it's not required. Okay? So in terms of a course overview, we are going to look at the development of human movement. We have basic human movement that everyone develops. So in terms of, crawling, walking, running, jumping, those are skills that everyone develops. We're going to talk about, the step-by-step process of what happens or what the body has to undergo in order to achieve all of those movements. Now, those movements don't, necessarily sound like an accomplishment, but whenever we start analyzing, the milestones or the all of the events that lead up to the development or in order to develop the ability to even stand upright, you start to understand that there's a lot of milestones that we have to accomplish in order to achieve just basic human movement. And then we start looking at some of the more specific skills, like some of your sport or fitness or exercise related skills, or skills that are only developed by people who engage or train or practice particular movements. So it doesn't necessarily have to be sport or exercise in nature, but since we are kinesiology, we'll talk a lot about sport and fitness. But even if like your writing style, For example, your handwriting, I mean, it's a specific movement that your body is trained to do that makes it very unique to you as an individual. In fact, not everyone has the ability, or not everyone develops the ability to write. It sounds basic, but it's not. It's a specific movement. Only people who practice writing become writers. So if you've never written, yeah, you'll be able to walk, but you won't be able to write. So it's just kind of looking at movement from a deep perspective in terms of we look at underlying isolated movements at the joints and at the muscular level, even at the neuromuscular level. So this course really looks at tries to develop a deeper understanding of human movement, opposed to other courses where we look at more general movement in nature. The textbook, you can see here, I used the Hayward and Getchell Lifespan Motor Development. If you haven't gotten their textbook, I would advise you to do so as quickly as possible. I can provide you with the first 3 chapters, but due to copyright law, I can't provide you with any more than that. So if you haven't ordered it, go ahead and order it, or if you haven't purchased it from the bookstore, go ahead and get it. Okay? It'll be a good resource for you throughout the semester, especially in helping you develop your assignments later on this semester. Okay, you can look at our new program goals for the kinesiology program. We do want you to master course content. So for this course, we want you to develop a thorough understanding in motor development, as well as other courses as well. But overall, as a kinesiology major, we do want you to develop proficient kinesiology-related skills, especially in terms of assessing the current health, fitness, or performance ability of individuals, and in the ability to develop a plan and implement a plan that will improve those particular movements. So if you're a coach and you're wanting to develop athletes, then you're going to have to have the ability to assess their current status and then develop an opportunity for them to get better at what they do. All of us have experienced that in some fashion, and you start to look back at the times where you developed as an athlete, as an exerciser, and you start to say, okay, this is the time when I got better at this, and these are the reasons why, or was these techniques, these methods, this training principle that helped me develop, the proficiency of my movements. Not all of us, were just born, college athletes, for example. It took certain time, it took certain effort, and we're going to look at that. But as a kinesiology major, we want you to be able to assess current ability level and be able to develop a plan that will help that person improve in their performance or their movement. Okay. And then finally, as a kinesiology major, you'll develop professional skills in terms of oral and written communication. So I have a couple of assignments that will help you with that as well. Okay. So you can look at the course learning outcomes on your own, but in terms of the means of assessment or the list of assessment activities, you'll start off with a student video introduction. I need to change that. Student video introduction, where you'll introduce yourself to the class, just like I'm doing now. All right, so you can use the program that I use. It's called Screencast-O-Matic, and I'll give you instructions here in a second. Or you can use your phone or any other recording device to record yourself talking to the camera. Okay. The program that I use, Screencast-O-Matic, also allows you to capture on-screen activity, just like me navigating through the syllabus, or if I was navigating through a PowerPoint presentation, I could navigate through the PowerPoint presentation while I'm talking to you. So whenever you have your presentations later on this semester, this will be an effective tool where you can capture both the navigation of a presentation as well as me talking to you. So it becomes just like you're presenting to your class in a face-to-face setting. Okay, so let me go back to the syllabus. So with the student video introduction, you're just simply going to talk to introduce yourself to the classmates. I've given you a couple of different points to talk about: your name, where you're from, your high school, your major, career goals, and why, and what you expect out of the course. So it'll be a very brief video, perhaps not even a minute in length, but I do want you starting to use the equipment that's required for this course, and I also want you to practice talking to the camera and talking to your classmates. It's going to seem awkward at first, especially if you've never taken an online class with me before, but everyone has to do it, so you'll get used to it. Okay. The syllabus assignment, all it is just a quiz that I post online that pertains to the syllabus. So all the answers for the quiz, the quiz are on the syllabus. You can complete these. You could submit the assignment as many times as you want till you get a perfect score. But really, what I like with this assignment, it creates a document that holds you accountable for all the course policies. So you can't say, "Oh, I wasn't aware of a video assignment," or "I wasn't aware of, this, that, or the other." I mean, it's documented. If you submit it and I say, "No, well, it was the answer. You said yes," so that means you understood what was going on. You'll have a couple of exams throughout the semester. Most of the exams, so there's 4 exams. 3 of the exams will be content-based. The final exam will probably be a reflection-based, where you'll, discuss, your experience in the course and provide certain examples to specific questions. But we'll talk about that later on in the semester. Also, throughout the semester, you'll have several video discussion assignments accompanied with discussion board responses. So with the video discussion assignment, you're going to record yourself. It's a 3 to 5 minute video of yourself discussing the content that we covered in that section that's corresponding to the video discussion assignment. So for example, for video discussion 1, it'll cover chapters 1 through 3. So you'll discuss chapters 1 through 3 in terms of your previous experiences with that content, or your excitement about learning new information, or how this information will help prepare you for your professional future. Okay. So that's all you have to do. I mean, it's a very simple assignment, but it's an opportunity for me to know that you've actually engaged in the material, and it's also an opportunity for you to interact with your classmates, because I put you into a group of 4 to 5 students. So whenever you post your video, then you'll be responsible. Each of the group members posts their own video. So everybody in the class posts their own video. But you're only responsible for watching videos posted by your group members only. Okay, so you're only going to watch 3 to 4 other videos. Okay, and then you're going to type a response to their video, commentary to their video. Something like, I like what you said about this. I agree. I've had similar experiences. I'm glad you mentioned it. I thought I was the only one. I mean, something to that effect. Again, I'm wanting to know that you guys are interactive. So then you'll do that with video discussion 1, video discussion 2, and video discussion 3. With each of the discussions or the video discussions, the concept of the discussion is the same. It'll just be applied to a different content that we've covered at that point in the class. Okay, so video discussion 2 will be chapters 4, 5, and like 15 and 17, and then video discussion 3 will be 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay. Same concepts, just different content. Okay, so those are your video discussion boards. I'll give you more instructions as we approach the first one. Okay, and then you can see here that we have some case study video presentations. Okay, so the case study, I'm going to help you create a case study. All right. Now, in a case study, I'm going to give you a couple of components, if you will. One of the components is who you're working with. It'll either be a youth, an adult athlete, or an elderly athlete. Okay, or maybe just an adult individual and an elderly individual. Okay, so you're going to select the person that you want to work with. And then you're going to select their ability level. Are they a beginner? Are they limited due to injury, or are they limited due to age? Okay, and then you're going to describe how you're going to set a goal. What do you want them to accomplish, and then we're going to talk about how you would train them or help them proceed from their beginning status to their goal. Okay, so for example, if I'm working with like a kid who's trying to punt a soccer ball and who's trying to become proficient at punting a soccer ball, So perhaps at the beginning, he's a kid that whenever he punts, he throws the ball way up in the air and then tries to run underneath it and kick it, before it hits the ground. And for someone, if you know about proficient punting, now I'm not saying you have to be like, World Cup punter. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about having the ability to punt. I mean, it's not, it's an activity that I think a lot of us will take for granted, but it's not something that everyone knows. I mean, it takes a certain level of ability to be able to punt a soccer ball. All right, so you would help that person in your video. You would show how you would train that person, like step-by-step process, or perhaps some training, week-by-week training, or just different techniques that you would apply in order to help that person become a proficient punter or a more proficient punter. And that's just an example. I mean, we could apply that to shooting a basketball, or lifting a grocery bag, or going up the stairs. I mean, whatever. Okay. So for the case study, video presentation, or for the case study itself, I'll give you a couple of different choices that you can select from, and then so once you create the case study, then you will proceed by creating the video and showing how you would improve that specific individual to improving performance. Okay. So those are the case study video presentations. The open kinetic chain video presentation is very similar, except for that you choose the movement, and you're going to choose a movement that you're most familiar with. Perhaps if you're a soccer player, you're going to look at, so I'm going to ask for 3 movements. So if you're a soccer player, for example, you're going to, you can select anything. You can select on how to dribble around a defender, or how to protect a ball while a defender's trying to get it, or shoot a goal, or pass, make a cross-field pass. I mean, whatever. And that's with any sport or any activity. I mean, you can go into yoga and how to develop a yoga pose, and how you train yourself from becoming from going from a beginner yoga participant to a more advanced, yoga person. I don't know what they're called, but that's so what the open kinetic chain video presentation, very similar, except for that you choose an activity, movements within an activity that you're most familiar with. So it'll allow you to showcase your expertise and how you would train somebody. And ultimately, that's what we're trying to accomplish. I mean, if you're trying to become a coach, then that's what you're going to be doing. You're going to be coaching your sport and helping people get better at what you do. And if you're trying to get into personal fitness or personal training, or trying to get into rehab, become a physical therapist or whatnot, those are the things that you're going to have to do. You're going to have to be able to teach people how to improve their performance. Okay, so those are the video assignments, and that's really it. I've given you a list of all the assignments and a brief description. I'll provide you with more detailed instructions as we go through the semester. Extra credit opportunities. Now, during the semester, we're going to talk about specific types of movement. So we'll start off with basic movement, which even precedes crawling, like supine kicking, or spontaneous leg movements, spontaneous arm movements, especially in the infants who are learning how to move. And then we'll get into walking and running and jumping, and then we'll take a look at some specific sports movements that only people who are involved in those sports for years develop. Okay, so if you're willing to serve as an actor for each of those movements, then I'll give you extra credit. Again, this isn't required. We're not required to meet face to face, but if I'm talking about walking, and I want you to see a video of somebody walking and being able to identify common characteristics among several walkers, and then the unique characteristics from walker to walker. I would like to have some volunteers come walk for me, so I can record them and post a video so we can compare, what's going on with each of the videos. Okay, so if you volunteer for me, I'll give you 5 points extra credit for each video. If you complete all work by the deadline, then you'll get 10 points extra credit. And if you complete the end of course student evaluations, you'll get extra credit. So several different opportunities for extra credit, and there's no limit. So you can take, if a total amount of points is 490, and you volunteer, 49 times, and you might just get an A without having to submit any work. But that's up to you. Let's see. So your first introduction, which is due on Friday, is a student video introduction, and this is what you'll talk about. So you need your name, your class, major, hometown, career goals, personal facts, what do you expect out of this class, so on and so forth. I've already talked about the syllabus quiz, the video discussion, so I've already talked about all this. So you can go through these if you want and look at what's expected from you. Here's the schedule again. The due dates. The due dates are in bold, so you can see the syllabus assignment student video introductions are due this week. First exam is on the 9th, and then you can see all the other due dates throughout the semester. And that's really it for the syllabus. Going back to Blackboard, so you can see that whenever you open it up, there's the syllabus and schedule. I'll post all my video lectures under the video lectures tab. I'll post all the lecture notes for each chapter, and then all the assignments will be in the assignments tab, and I'll just create a list that we'll just start going down all the way to the bottom of all the assignments that are due throughout the semester. Okay. So real quickly, let me cover the student video introduction. I've already mentioned it briefly, but whenever you click on this link, student video introduction, it'll open up a folder with instructions and a discussion board for your post. This is where you will post your videos. Okay. So again, you can record yourself using a program that like I'm using now. This is Screencast-O-Matic, and if you open up the instructions, it'll say here you can use Screencast-O-Matic. That's what I'm using now, or you can just simply use your phone and record your phone. Okay. Either way, you can either save the video or upload the video to your computer, or you can upload or save the video to YouTube. You can create a little YouTube account and you can upload all your videos there. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So either way, whenever you post your video, you have to open up the discussion board. So if you go back to the previous screen, you can see the student video introductions, post videos here. That opens up the discussion board, and you can see that 2 students have already done it, which is great. You click on create thread, you type your name into the discussion board. So I'm going to type my name there, so Dr. Guerrero, and then I click on this little play icon right here, insert edit embedded media. Okay, so I click on that, and if I have a video that I saved to my computer, I click on browse my computer and upload the video from my computer, or I can paste the YouTube link. So if I uploaded my video to YouTube, I would paste the link to that YouTube file. So if I clicked on, here, let me go to YouTube real quick, and I don't know what this video is, it doesn't matter. I'm going to copy it and then go back to the discussion board right here. So I click on this and I paste the YouTube link there, and then I click on insert. Okay, so once I do that, I click on submit, and your video, whether it's a video file from your computer or a video file from YouTube, is now embedded in the discussion board. So when I open up all the discussions, I should see everybody's video. Okay, so Armando posted a video, which is great. Andrea didn't post a video. Oh yeah, she did. Okay, so her video's down here. She didn't have to type all this out, but that's great that she did. That's fine. But really what I want is the video. Okay, so this is just a test video. It's not my video. Okay, so I should be able to open this page up and see everybody's video embedded just like I have here, and I should be able to watch the video. So I have no idea what that video was. It doesn't matter. It was just an example. Okay. So that's how we complete the first assignment, or one of the first assignments, the student video assignment, or student video introduction. So you'll actually talk to a camera, and you'll state all the information that I've given you, or answer all the questions I've given you. Okay. All right. Well, that's, I think, completes my introductory video. If you have any questions, please email me. Come by my office, call me, whatever. If you can't do any of that, then we'll just schedule a virtual meeting online, and I'll do whatever I can to help everyone in this course succeed. Okay, I think this is going to be a fun class. I'm trying a lot of new assignments and projects to get everybody involved in this course. So I think it'll be good. And it'll still help you develop as a emerging expert kinesiologist. All right. So I'll look forward to working with you guys, and I'll talk to you guys soon. You guys have a good day.